So now that the rescued miners are safe and said to be in good health, how are they doing psychologically? Well, to discuss this, we're joined from New York by Col Thomas Kolditz, the chairman of the Department of Behavioral Sciences and Leadership at West Point Academy. Thanks a lot for joining us, Colonel. What would their psychological state be like right now?
Well, right now, their psychological state has been disrupted by the physical things that they've gone through, the lack of sunlight, the 24-hour operations. And so what they're experiencing is something akin to extreme jet lag. They're all going to have trouble sleeping through the night. Some are going to have nightmares. Many of them are going to be short with family or other people that they have to interact with. There'll be some tempers flare from time to time. All of that is normal. And as they pass through that stage, ideally in a week or two, they'll start to be back to a new normal.
Colonel, are people like us in the media a big part of the problem with us sticking cameras and microphones into their faces with this insatiable appetite for their stories? Do we help or hinder the situation after such a traumatic experience?
Well, a little bit of both. Some of the research has shown that to relive the experience with other people, to describe it, much as they would in the media, can be helpful to people who are trying to get past a traumatic event. At the same time, they desperately need rest and some downtime with trusted family or religious advisors or perhaps counselors where they can emotionally process this as well. So they could get too much of a good thing with the media, but talking to them will not in and of itself cause them problems.
Colonel, unlike others who might naturally have a physical distance from the place that caused them the trauma, many of these guys have to go back into the depths of the earth as miners because it's their job. Does that change the dynamic in terms of recovering from post-traumatic stress disorder?
Well, there are really two approaches to the therapy, and one of those approaches is to put one foot in front of the other and as quickly as possible get back to normal activities, which would include, for these men, many of them, working in the mine. And so it could be challenging for some. Some may not want to go back down at all. But we know from soldiers who go back for repeated tours, combat tours, even after they've experienced trauma, that for some of them, that's just how they want to live their lives.
Overall, in general, if you had to put a time frame on it, how long does it take for one to completely recover from such a situation, or is that impossible?
No, I think it's very possible that they will completely recover and go on to normal lives. It takes anywhere from a week to about a month for a person who's recovering normally to readjust after significant trauma and an experience like this. In the case of the miners, that might even be a little shorter because they've had such good social support from each other while they were in the mine. On the other hand, it can take 6 to 9 months for post-traumatic stress to manifest itself. And so we'll have to watch all of these miners for some time.
Col Thomas Kolditz, thank you very much for joining us. It's been fascinating talking to you.
Thank you.